Welcome to Be Less Stupid. I'm your host, John Hotchkiss. On this episode, I'm going to tell you the shockingly effective political tactic that Donald Trump learned from O.J. Simpson's dream team of lawyers. It's a political tactic that he's using right now. It has to do with releasing this Nunes memo that's said to reveal misconduct and the abuse of power inside the FBI.
And now we know why. New reporting that the president believes this memo will discredit the entire Russia investigation. But
before we get to that, we gotta back up just a little bit to October 1995. O.J. Simpson is accused of murdering his wife and Ron Goldman. When the evidence is revealed, we discover that there, at the crime scene, cops found a glove with O.J.'s blood on it. And they found a sock in O.J.'s room with Nicole's blood on it. They found blood on the steering wheel of his white Ford Bronco. They found fibers from the Bronco on the glove mixed with O.J.'s blood. They found O.J.'s bloody footprints.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
The point is that at the trial, all of that evidence would have been impossible to refute or undermine. Her blood is on his socks. Only in this case, it was not a slam dunk. O.J.'s lawyers knew that they could not refute the evidence. It would be like trying to convince your grandmother that these kittens here in this picture in a bowl are not the cutest thing ever. But the dream team needed to put on a defense. So instead of attacking the evidence, they attacked the people collecting the evidence.
Do you use the word nigger in describing people?
Presently?
Yeah.
No, sir.
O.J. did not kill Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman because Mark Fuhrman is a racist. And if Mark Fuhrman hates black people, that means he framed O.J. because O.J.'s a black guy. Fuhrman is a racist, so he planted the bloody glove. If Fuhrman is a racist, the jury can't trust the evidence. And if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Mark Fuhrman is a racist, O.J. is innocent. Or so the dream team would have led a jury to believe. And they did. As you know, O.J. was found not guilty. When you can't dispute the facts, attack the fact finders.
You mean if you called someone a nigger, you have forgotten it?
I'm not sure I can answer that question the way you phrased it, sir.
And this is what Trump learned from the dream team.
Well, it's a shame what's happened with the FBI, but we're going to rebuild the FBI. It'll be bigger and better than ever.
Only with this Nunes memo, what's going on now is, instead of racist cops on trial in Los Angeles, Donald Trump has orchestrated a public trial to undermine the credibility of the FBI. And it's working. I mean, up until like 10 minutes ago, Trump's base were staunch defenders of law and order. To them, the show Cops isn't an ultimately sad expose of the clash between jurisprudence and the disadvantaged, disenfranchised, uneducated poor, but rather for Trump's base, Cops it's their Downton Abbey. It's binge-worthy high art. If Trump's base were any more law and order, they would have tattoos on their ass of Sam Waterston and Ice-T. Trump's base wants the Miranda warning changed to, you have the right to remain silent. But if you do remain silent, we have the right to rip off your head and shit down your neck. It's actually kind of impressive. In just a few months, Trump has convinced his base that the nation's premier law enforcement agency is made up of Clinton-worshipping sycophants who have weaponized the FBI to target their political adversaries. And Trump needs his base to believe that the FBI is using excessive and illegal means to gather evidence and entrap honest Americans. To Trump, the FBI is equal parts ineffective and extreme, kind of a cross between, say, the cops from the Police Academy movies and Hitler's SS. Trump needs his base to mistrust the FBI because Trump knows the crimes that he committed. He knows the treasonous and incriminating evidence that Robert Mueller has gathered. Trump knows he's about to slam fat orange ass first into a freight train of justice. Trump knows that Mueller has the equivalent to Nicole's blood on O.J.'s sock. Trump knows that Mueller has his orange bronzer on Russian bank accounts. Okay, look, I get that metaphor doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, how would Trump's orange bronzer actually get on a bank account? Is a bank account even a thing, let alone a thing that you could actually get orange bronzer on? Anyway, I guess you could get orange bronzer on some paperwork maybe, or on a safety deposit box. Or maybe if you touched your skin before it dried, you might be able to smear it on some rubles. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. The point is, if the FBI is corrupt, inept, and excessive, and liberal Clinton toadies, ipso facto, they're against Republican, conservative, virile, hyper-masculine Donald Trump. Ipso facto, Americans cannot trust the FBI's freight train of evidence that prove with 100% certainty that Team Trump conspired with the Russians to steal the presidency because Trump owes the Russians billions of dollars. And in order to cover up those crimes, Trump's interfered and undermined with the Mueller investigation. He's obstructed justice. And the FBI can't be trusted. Ipso facto, the gloves don't fit. Donald Trump didn't conspire with the Russians. Okay, look, that is it for this episode of Be Less Stupid. Please, I would kindly ask you to share this on Facebook with your friends, making it more likely that a bunch of Trump supporters will see it, and maybe they'll reconsider their positions. Also, please like our Facebook page. When the numbers go up, that is how we know that we're making a difference. So please, thank you very much for sharing. I will see you next time on Be Less Stupid.